Well, hello everyone. Does it look a little bit different here this morning? I am trying something new. I did get an iPad, so now I have two cameras, and so I'm going to just give it a try and see how it works when I'm showing my face and my hands at the same time. So hopefully I'm not upside down on your screen. I'm not very great at learning new technology, so this is kind of a practice one, but we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping this works out because I always like when I can see the person's face as well. Well, I hope you guys are having a good new year so far. It's hard to believe that we are winding down in January, and soon we'll be celebrating Valentine's Day. A little side note, my husband and I celebrated our 42nd anniversary. Oh my goodness, how did these years go by so fast? I remember when we were first married, and that's about what my parents were celebrating. I thought, oh man, we'll never be that old. And then here we are. Oh man, it's crazy how fast time goes, but it's been an adventure. So thank you for many of you who wished us a happy anniversary. Well, today we are going to make another Valentine's Day project. I know I had kind of said that I'm not going to use that Be Mine anymore because I've used it to death, and I do have other stamps that I want to show you, but because we're using it for Valentine's Day, I'm sneaking a couple parts, but it's not going to have bumblebees on it, so we're just using some of the other stamps that it came with. And then I'm going to pull one other stamp set in that has the Valentine greeting. I'm making one kind of with an airplane theme. I've always been intrigued by airplanes ever since my son became a pilot, our oldest son. So I think that's who I'm going to send this card to. So we will get started with that. One other thing I wanted to mention was you might notice when I get my camera set up here that I'm not using my glass mat. And the reason is because sometimes I get a huge glare when it's dark in my room from my fluorescent light, and there's a big white mark there. So I decided to use my darker mat. I like both of them, but when I'm stamping in my room, I use that glass mat all the time. I love that. Now, speaking of that, remember the only way to get the Stampin' Up! One right now is if you sign up to be a demonstrator. And don't forget, when you sign up to be a demonstrator, a lot of people are kind of intimidated because they think they have to do classes or have friends over or, do social media and all that. And you really don't have to. It's just that you get to buy everything at a discount. That's the perk. And so when you sign up, you get to be a part of my team. And if you want to get involved that way, or maybe you don't, maybe you just want to, sign up to be a discount shopper. That's fine too. So when you sign up, you get the glass mat for free. It's only $99 to sign up. You get to choose $125 worth of products, and you get that glass mat free. The other option is maybe you already have a glass mat and maybe you just don't care for it. Then you can just get some more extra products instead of the glass mat. So for $99, you'll get $155 worth of products. And then you can take advantage of the celebration promotion that way. So either way works. But if you would like to, give it a try and sign up and receive the discount, let me know and I can help you, or maybe you can figure it out. I'll put the links in my blog and on my Facebook pages. The other thing I wanted to mention was I just got done with my January online card club, and I got all those in the mail, and so I'm already looking into February, and I wanted to share with you what I'm going to be using. Hold on. For the bundle, I should have had this ready to go. I think it's on page 28. Let me quick look here. And yep, it is. I found it. So now you're going to see me practice turning my camera around so that you can see. Then I'll move that. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So here it is. It is called Everyday Details, and this is a beautiful set because you can really use a lot of occasions on this. And doesn't it just scream spring and summer on there? So we're going to get a little head start. I know it's still cold and snowy in many parts of the U.S., but here in Arizona, we're getting ready for some warm weather. And then also, the dies, you can get this as an add-on. They're the Everyday Details bundle, and I've already used these. I used the round one in my porthole card that I did with my summer vacation, kind of promoting my cruise that's coming up next year. And so we're just going to have fun with this. And so I think you're really going to enjoy the February kit. You get $20 worth of Stampin' Up! Products, and these are, there we go. So you get $20 worth of products, and They come right to your door, kind of like Paper Pumpkin. You don't have to think. The instructions are in there. They're in larger print, so you don't need your bifocals, or you can look at the instructions on the computer. And then you'll also get 8 make and takes in that, and it's only $38, and shipping is included. So it is really a great deal. So if you've never tried it before, give it a month try and see if you like it. It is a recurring payment. So once you sign up, if you decide you don't want it, it's very easy just to stop the payments. But if you like it, and then you can look forward each month to what comes in the mail as a little surprise. I always will tell you in advance, though, what the bundle is that we're using. So, all right, that takes care of that. I think we will jump into our project now. So let me get this turned around again, and I'm going to slide the spotlight on my hands here, and we will get going. So as I said, we're going to make another Valentine card today, and we're going to start with Coastal Cabana. You can see in my background here, that's the color that is on one wall in my craft room. I always want to hold this up because I always think my iPad is my audience, but it's right here. So this is cut to 8.5 by 5.5, and then we are just going to score it in half on the long side at 4 1/4. So just fold on there. A lot of people ask, which way do you fold, on the kind of the valley side of the score line or the mountain side? It really doesn't matter, but I usually just do the valley side out of habit, I guess. And then just use your bone folder to give it a nice crease here. Then the next thing we're going to do is take a piece of real red cardstock. Isn't this a great combination for Valentine's Day? And I actually cut this the wrong size, so let me go recut this. This is supposed to be 5 1/8 by 3 5/8. So hold tight while I go recut this. All right, now that next piece is 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and that's going to go on here. But before we do that, we're going to dress this up a little bit. So let's set that aside. And the first thing we're going to do is make a little trail. We're going to use the bee trail. I don't know, what is the word for this? What do you call the bee's little buzzing line behind him? I don't know what the name of it is, but anyway, we are going to use that, and we're going to make that Coastal Cabana. And what we're going to do is kind of do this at an angle. So we'll start in the lower left corner and kind of angle it up like that. And then we're going to do a second piece, but I need a Post-it note for this because I don't want the whole trail. I just want part of it. So this time we're going to turn it around, and we're just going to use the left side of that. I don't want one more loop in there. And so I have to stand for this. What I'm going to do is set it where I want it to go, and then I'm going to put this Post-it note where I don't want that loop to show up. Oh, it's hard to see where that's going to go. I think that's good, like that. Okay, there's a tiny bit of a gap here, so what we could do, I do have my Coastal Cabana pen here. We could just kind of make a little connection there. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take the heart that's also in the Be Mine set. It's the solid heart. And we're going to use Bubble Bath, kind of the lighter pink. Usually I use Flirty Flamingo with Coastal Cabana, but we're going to change it up and use one of our new colors. And we're just going to put this at the bottom of one of the little trails here, like this. Okay, now we want this to be kind of part of his little bee trail, but it's not going to be a bee on here. I already told you we're making a airplane card. So what we're going to do is make the tracks just go around the heart and just kind of follow that by freehand. And unfortunately, they do not make Coastal Cabana blends. I don't know why. I love this color, and I think I'd use it even more if it did have blends, but luckily my marker still works. All right, so that looks like the plane kind of took a little loop-de-loop for his Valentine. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to build that little airplane, and what I did was I found a pattern online that was free, and I downloaded it, and then I used my magic and I shrunk it way, way down to, this is a teeny tiny, itsy bitsy, teeny weeny airplane that's Barbie size. And what we're going to do is just cut this out, and I want you to cut out inside that dotted line here at the bottom for that one. And then just follow the little, it's kind of like postal marks, but they're very colorful. It's kind of like the USPS, you know, the border that they do on letters and stuff. So we'll just fold it like that. And this thing, when it's all folded up, is only like 1 3/4 inches. So what we're going to do now is, and you probably can't see this very well, but I even made like a postmark sign that has February 14th on there. So anyway, I love mini everything. What we're going to do is fold this with right sides together, and the most important part is getting the point really pointy on here. And also I should mention, this is made out of computer paper, so I'm going to have the PDF on my blog. So if you download it and make this, make sure you print it on computer paper and not cardstock, because cardstock is too thick for this. All right, now just like you're in grade school, we're going to fold these two sides back, and we're going to concentrate on that tip to make sure it's really pointed. So just fold the side back and make this bordered edge in line with the top of the plane. I can't see it from this angle again. Sometimes you have to kind of pick it up and hold it in your hand like that. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that goes to a nice point, and then let's do the exact same thing on this side, being careful about that point again, and then fold the other side. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so there's our little paper airplane. My point is kind of going upwards. All right, now the next thing you're going to do, watch carefully what I do here. Somehow we have to get this airplane on our white cardstock. The only way I could think of was to take the side that's away from you, and we're just going to fold this little corner down just maybe like 1/4 of an inch like this, because it has to have a little shelf here to put the glue on so that you can put it on your card front. So we'll just take our multi-purpose liquid glue and just put a tiny bit of glue there along that little shelf edge, and then bring the plane over here, and then just kind of figure out where you want to set it. It should be at the end of this little line, and put that little glue right there where you have that the end of your little bee swarm, whatever that this little thing is. What word do you guys use for that? All right, so when you see it from this angle, you can see it is definitely an airplane and that it sticks out. I love 3D cards. Now you might be wondering, how do you send this? It'll still flatten. It'll flatten nice, but when it's out, you can see that it's an airplane. Isn't that cute? All right, it's a little bit boring though. We need to decorate this a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is take my cloud punch and some basic white cardstock, and I'm going to make 3 clouds. I hope they don't get rid of this punch. It's wonderful if you're trying to do scenes and skies. And on one of these, we're going to take, let's see, real red ink. Pool Party would work nice as well, just something nice and bright. And this is where I pulled the stamp set called Share a Milkshake, and I just am borrowing the Be My Valentine stamp from there. And so let's stamp Be My Valentine on one of these clouds. All right. Now we're just going to adhere the clouds to the base of the card, and let me grab my dimensionals again. So we'll put a couple on this one, and now everyone's might turn out a little bit different on the placement of it, depending on where you put your little airplane. But I would make the Be My Valentine kind of front row and center, so let's put that right here. And then we'll put a couple dimensionals. Let's see, this one's going to go by the airplane, so I think we'll do it on this side. This only needs one because I'm going to cut it off. We're going to actually go under the airplane and kind of up, so he's flying in front of the cloud. And then the last one, we're going to cut off the bottom of it, so we'll kind of hike the dimensional towards the top, and we'll make that one go about right there. All right, now what you'll want to do is flip your cardstock over and just trim off those edges that go over. Can you think of anyone that might like to travel in your family that would like an airplane Valentine? All right, now the last thing we have to do is just put adhesive on the back. And then grab our card base again. And we'll put it on right like that. And that was a pretty fast and easy card. There you go. Can you see that 3D there? Oh, I just love that one. My son's going to like that one. All right, so that's our little card today. And let me see if I can switch this back so I get rid of my hands. Oh, boy. There we go. Okay, so thank you for bearing with me as I figure out the video things. Let me know again in the comments if you like that or if you want to do away with the face. And then, because I get self-conscious, I go, oh, man, I am more wrinkly than I thought. But anyway, I wanted to mention also that I have my host code. Oops, I should have kept that up a little bit longer because I don't know if you could see that. Hold on, let me bring that back here. You see my host code here? If you place a $50 order or more and use the host code, I will send a Stampin' Up! Product gift to you in the mail along with a thank you card. And if you hit that $50 mark, don't forget it's still celebration and you can take advantage and get a free product from the book. Now, some of them are worth $100. So if you want to choose, a higher value thing, you have to spend $100. And if you want one of the smaller ones, it's just $50 that you have to hit. And that special goes on through the end of February, and those are while supplies last. So take advantage of that, and then, you can double dip and then get the gift from me as well with a card. All right, let me switch this back again. It's kind of fun once I figured out how to do it. Oops, there we go. All right, well, thanks again for tuning in today. I'll be back next Tuesday morning. I haven't thought ahead that far, but remember to check out my online card club. If you're in Phoenix and want to come to my class in person, feel free. I know there's a lot of snowbirds who come. And also, if you just need a little getaway and come to Arizona, check with me, and I may be having classes that weekend. It would be fun to have you as a guest there. And then also check the cruise that's coming up February of 2025. And then also remember that the celebration promotion for signing up to get that free glass mat or free extra product. All right, you guys take care. Have a great week, and thank you again. We'll see you next time.